Hi, my name is Madibu Mutsabi, and I intend to bring to you these kinds of videos every single day. Like, share, and subscribe.
Introducing the Expect Skills Sets for Relationship Rescue Plan. The ultimate guide to manifesting effectively. Relationships can be beautiful things that bring us much joy and pleasure in our lives. Sometimes we face issues in our relationships that cause problems between the participants. The following are some steps on how to piece things back together and keep the relationship together with the one you love. Chapter 1. Introduction. Synopsis. Look at your hands. The 4 gaps between your fingers were made for your special someone to fill. However, being in a relationship is not always a bed of roses. Sooner or later, both of you will encounter problems or challenges. Thus, there is a tendency that either of you will let go of the hand of the other. Your love life. When you have found the love of your life, you feel like everything is perfect, right? That is how magical love is. It can turn a gray world into a colorful one, a frown into a smile, and melt a frozen cold hearts. In the sonnet My Love is Life to Ice by Edmund Spenser, he describes love as something that can alter all the course of kind. To put it simply, it can dramatically change your life. However, not all things stay the way they are. Given the fact that nothing in this world lasts forever, something will surely change in the way you and your partner feel somewhere in time. These changes are caused by problems, which are triggered either by internal or external factors. Internal factors are caused by a change of perception of feeling towards your partner, while external factors are caused by third party, money, misunderstandings on a certain matter, jealousy, contradicting beliefs in politics, religion, etc., and others. If you are wondering on how breakup and divorce come to be, then these factors are the culprits. However, it is up to you and your partner if you will let those assail your relationship or not. Do you feel guilty because you are the one who made a mistake, or do you find it hard to forgive your partner because you were betrayed? These instances will really cloud your mind and heart with confusion, but if you will do the right thing in the end, you will not be haunted by the wrong choices you have made. Is your relationship currently hanging by a cliff? Do you want to hold on to it? Well, as long as the waters cover the sea and as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, it is not too late. You just need to have a good relationship rescue plan that will help you save your love life. With this, you will be able to make the right choices and keep your life on track. To start rescuing the relationship, you need to come to terms with yourself. The succeeding chapters will teach you how. Chapter 2. Importance of a healthy relationship. Synopsis. In the creation, God made man first. Upon seeing that he was lonely, he created woman next. This only illustrates that men and women are meant to enjoy each other's company and to build a healthy relationship. What does a healthy relationship mean, and why is it important? Healthy relationship. A healthy relationship means that you and your partner exercise a give and take process. With this, everything will stay in balance and neither of you will feel deprived of something because you fill each other's needs. Also, you can say that your relationship is really healthy if you and your partner work as a team. Always remember that it takes two to tango. In other words, you need to cooperate and work hard in everything that concerns your relationship. A healthy relationship also depends on your and your partner's health. This is not limited to physical health. In fact, this aspect is of low significance for a healthy relationship. Spiritual and mental health are actually the most influential elements that contribute to the health of any relationship. Spiritual health. Typically, most people link spirituality with religion. What they do not know is that there is a big difference between the two. The former is linked on how a certain person treats others, while the latter is concerned on religious practices, rituals, and traditions. If you are loving and kind to others, then that only indicates that you are sound spiritually. However, if you mistreat people and take advantage of their weaknesses, then that means that you have poor spiritual health. Given that a relationship is the growth and unified interaction of two persons, each person's spiritual health is essential. The most interesting thing with regard to spiritual health is that those who are not spiritually sound will commonly find themselves partnered with people who are not mentally sound. This kind of coupling may lead not only to an unhealthy relationship, but a totally toxic relationship. It is common for people to lean on the shoulder of someone else when they get depressed and to open up to those who increase the negative energy they emanate. This is the most destructive kind of relationship for both individuals. Meanwhile, people with sound spiritual and mental health may find themselves with a person who lacks in either aspect, but they will eliminate themselves from this unhealthy relationship at the soonest time possible. If they fail to do so, they will start to drain on their very own health until they complement the deficiency of the partner. Understanding these fundamental foundational concepts will give you pathway to experience a healthy relationship, not only with your romantic partner, but with your friends, schoolmates, family and co-workers as well. From time to time, do you find yourself in an unhealthy relationship? If yes, then it is about time to do some self-introspection. Concentrate on your mental health. If you have an inability to examine yourself, it is ideal to get some help from trusted friends, family or experts. The most crucial thing to bear in mind is that if you wish to experience a healthy relationship, you must be healthy yourself. You will not choose to stay in a relationship with unhealthy ones. And if you were able to bring a healthy individual to an unhealthy level, then it will not lead to a strong and healthy relationship. Thus, it is important to fix your broken parts until you can confidently and happily smile at yourself in front of the mirror. Always remember the golden rule: respect yourself and do not allow other people to use you or take advantage of your weaknesses. Have the willingness to help someone without expecting anything in return. When you are able to do that, you will sooner or later find yourself with a person that has the same attitude with you. In turn, both of you will experience the strongest, most incredible and healthiest relationship ever. Always remember the golden rule: respect yourself and do not allow other people to use you or take advantage of your weaknesses. Have the willingness to help someone without expecting anything in return. When you are able to do that, you will sooner or later find yourself with a person that has the same attitude with you. In turn, both of you will experience the strongest, most incredible and healthiest relationship ever. Mental health. Mental health is how a person treats and views himself. It is true that this kind of health is commonly influenced by external stimuli, but it still depends on how a person responds to those stimuli towards him, herself. It is how that person reacts, matures and grows from those experiences that gauge his, her mental health. By simply looking at it in that way, it would be easier to perceive how essential mental health is to a sound relationship. If a person does not have a sound relationship with him, herself, then he, she will not be able to contribute to a healthy and lasting relationship with anyone else. Importance. So, why is a healthy relationship important? Actually, there are several reasons, and the pages of this ebook would not be enough to enumerate and explain them. In a nutshell, a healthy relationship is very essential simply because it will make you a better person and you can make the lives of others better too. When people learn to love themselves, they will love the people around them in return. What you give is what you will receive. As a result, the world will be a better place to live in. Chapter 3. Make sure you understand honestly what the problems are. Synopsis. In any kind of relationship, the most common reason why problems or conflicts arise is due to misunderstandings. This is something inevitable, given the fact that people live in an imperfect world. If you are currently facing problems in a relationship, don't lose hope because you can still solve it. Always remember that a locksmith never manufactures a lock without a key. Understanding problems. The most common mistake of people in a relationship is that instead of facing the problem, they try to escape it. Well, a problem is a problem and wherever you go, it will chase after you. So, the wisest way to deal with it is to face it. A romantic relationship, specifically a husband and wife relationship, is very complicated. Failure to understand and figure out the root cause of the problem will surely lead to breakup or divorce. Thus, it is important for at least one, but if possible both partners in the relationship to know how the relationship is supposed to work. This understanding will provide the relationship with long-term success. The difference between the sexes. The major key to understanding the relationship is to know the differences between the sexes. Of course, there is a huge difference in the physical aspect, but what counts the most are the mental and emotional aspects. One of the main differences that both partners face in the relationship is the way they solve problems. Typically, they approach resolution from different angles. When women are faced with a certain problem, they open it up to other people at great length. They will visit their girlfriends and discuss the conflict and solicit input and pieces of advice. The main reason as to why women are fond of talking at length about all the problems they face in the relationship is that this is the way they solve them. For men, this is something very difficult to understand because they think that women like to get down to the heart of the matter, concentrating on the problem. What they do not understand is that women are just examining the angles and the perception about every angle, in expectations that an ideal solution will appear. On the contrary, men prefer to keep the problem to themselves and think deeply how they are going to find a resolution to it. When they have figured out what they think is the best solution, they will begin to discuss the real problem with their friends, along with the solution to it. This scenario only implies that the difference between a man and a woman when it comes to solving problems can be a great stumbling block. The man might get fed up of the woman talking on about her problem, not knowing that this is her own way of figuring out a solution. On the other hand, the woman may think that the man is insensitive and uncaring just because he does not talk about it. The truth is, he is thinking about it constantly, but he is not prepared to discuss it until he has already determined the right solution. Another great difference in understanding the relationship is that sometimes, women discuss matters they do not want help with or advice about. They just want to get the burden off the chest. For men, this is a strange concept. Most men have a purpose in talking about something. Basically, when men open up about a certain problem, it is for the intention of solving it. Men really don't understand why women want to keep talking about something without doing or saying anything in order to solve it. In a relationship, this plays out this way: the man will listen to whatever the woman says, then instantly propose a resolution to her problem. He would think that he has done his part as a partner. However, to his surprise, the woman says that he does not listen and understand her feelings. This is only a realization and does not really apply in every situation. But it is true most of the time. Women want to talk about it out loud while men want to keep silent. The next time you want to respond naturally during a discussion about a certain problem, just listen and try to understand your partner. In doing so, you will be able to avoid fights and any misunderstanding. Chapter 4. Develop your communication skills. Synopsis. If there is one thing inevitable in a relationship, it is no other than conflicts. We are living in an imperfect world anyway. For your information, conflict in itself is not a problem. However, how you handle it can make or break your relationship. Examine it well. Misunderstandings, disagreements and poor communication skills can be the primary sources of distance and angers. If handled well, through healthy communication, they may be a springboard to better relationships and brighter futures. So, it is very important to develop your communication skills. The following are the ways to do that. Stay focused. There are times that it is quite tempting to bring up the unrelated problems in the past when dealing with present ones. This unfortunately clouds the real issue and makes searching for solution to the present issue impossible. To have a healthy communication with your partner, do not bring up the hurts and issues in the past. By staying focused on the present, you can understand each other. Listen very carefully. People usually think they are listening, but in reality, they are thinking about what to say next in the event that the other person has already stopped talking. Effective conversation goes both ways. While it may be difficult on your part, you have to listen to whatever your partner is talking about. Don't dare to interrupt and don't be defensive. In doing so, you will just understand him, her better. Know your partner's point of view. In any conflict, people always want to be understood and heard. They talk about the point of view in order for the other person to see things the way they do. The ironic thing is that the more they insist the point of view, the more they are left misunderstood. If this always happens to you, it is about time to give an end to it. Why don't you know your partner's point of view, so that he, she will feel heard? In return, he, she will do the same to you. Try to react to criticism with empathy. When your partner criticizes you, it is easy to think and feel that he, she is wrong, so you will get defensive. While it is something unbearable to hear, it is crucial to listen to the pain of your partner and react with empathy for what he, she feels. You also have to figure out what is true in what they are saying, as it can be a valuable detail for you. Admit what's yours. You can only say that communication is effective when you learn to admit that you are wrong. If in case you both share the same responsibility in a problem, you have to admit what is yours. It will diffuse the situation and spur maturity. Doing so will also inspire your partner to react kindly, so it would help you both to understand each other and to figure out the right solution. Search for compromise instead of attempting to win the argument. Why don't you search for the right solution that is favorable for both of you? Always bear in mind that health communication entails searching for a solution that both parties can be happy with. Don't dare give up, though it is a good idea to take a short break from the discussion, you need to come back to it. However, make sure that both of you approach the situation with mutual respect and constructive attitude to arrive to an ideal solution. Unless it is time to surrender on the relationship, do not surrender on communication. These are just some of the most helpful tips that will help you develop your communication skills. By following them, you can avoid a long and irritating argument with your partner. Chapter 5. Learn how to have a date night. Synopsis: dating is something that must continue until a man and a woman get married. By having a weekly date night, they will be able to rekindle their love for each other and make their relationship grow stronger. In the succeeding paragraphs, you will learn the best ideas on how to turn your date night the most romantic one ever. Getting it together. Don'ts on a date night: don't consider your date night a business meeting because it won't be called a date. This special evening must be about romance, friendship, fun, excitement, entertainment, relaxation and growing closer together. In short, it must be free of any worries. It is also important to plan the date night ahead of time because it will make you and your husband feel loved and honored. Do not leave strategizing until 5 p.m. on the date night, or if you are busy this week, reschedule the date on the following week. Date night ideas. Be kids again. The best way to enjoy your time together is to be kids again. Why don't you get tickets to the local aquarium or zoo? You can also purchase Nerf guns and have fun in battle, or build a tent in the garden to camp out. If you love playing board games and cards, then that would be a perfect way for you to enjoy your date night. Interview your partner. If you or your spouse have been super busy at work in the past few weeks, you can interview each other to discover new things. To make the interview more fun, draft unusual questions and perform it over appetizers and cocktails. It is very important to ask probing questions and take down notes. You can use the answers of your spouse in buying him, her a gift that will make him, her surprised and happy. This is by far one of the best date night ideas that will surely fill your night with laughter. Try a date night. A date night is the perfect moment for you to rediscover each other. This will surely spur a romantic spirit in the place where you intend to hold the date. If you have not yet tried to bond with your spouse due to your busy schedule at work, then now is the perfect time to start. By scheduling a date night once a week, your relationship will be healthier and stronger as the years go by. This is the secret to a happy married life. So, why don't you start planning now? Chapter 6. Change your negative mindset. Synopsis. One of the worst relationship killers is no other than your own mind. The moment you start thinking negatively without any basis, that is the time when your relationship will come crashing down. If you are the kind of person who thinks negatively towards the people around you and towards your partner, it is you who has a problem, not them. The root cause of negative mindsets. If you always doubt that your partner is cheating, or if you always think that he, she will soon dump you, you are becoming unfair to him, her. You are thinking advanced, like you know exactly what will happen in the future. Are you a fortune teller? Hey, there is no such thing as fortune telling in a relationship. It must be all about working hard to establish the future of your relationship. Apart from that, you are secretly accusing him, her. But what is really the root cause of the negative mindset? These include fear, selfishness, insecurity, doubt, distrust, etc. These are commonly the result of unhealthy spiritual and mental health. Always bear in mind that what your mind can conceive, your body can achieve. This means that what you think is what you get. When you think negatively towards your partner, you will be the one to destroy your relationship because you will start to act negatively too. Therefore, it is important to change your negative mindset before it is too late. How to change a negative mindset? By living a life that is filled with love, trust and positivity, you will have the courage to face anything that comes your way. In other words, you must have a sound spiritual and mental health. As discussed in the previous chapter, these are the keys for you to have a healthy, strong and lasting relationship. To change a negative mindset, you also need to trust your partner. When he, she tells you that he, she loves you, believe him, her. Trust is one of the building blocks of a strong relationship. However, make sure that the love and trust you give will always be in balance, so that when any unfortunate things happen, you won't get hurt too much. Always set aside for yourself, so that no matter what happens, you will still stand strong and whole. Also, you can change your negative mindset by simply knowing your partner even more. In doing so, you will be able to confirm your doubts or feel ashamed of yourself for accusing him, her of something that he, she does not do. These are just some of the ways on how to change a negative mindset and turn it into a positive one. By simply being optimistic, you will be able to overcome any challenges, and it will serve as your stepping stone to a lasting and strong relationship. Chapter 7. Remember why you fell in love. Synopsis. Challenges can either make or break your relationship. If you feel like there is no more point to hold on, you better think twice. Don't make any decision when you are angry, because you will surely regret it in the end. If you both can't seem to deal with your relationship anymore, why don't you spend time far away from each other for a while? This way, you will be able to realize your mistakes and know if you still want your partner in your life. Travel back in time. The first way to know if your relationship is still worth saving is through remembering the first time you saw your partner and when you fell in love with him, her. By traveling back in time, there is a great tendency for you to rekindle the love you feel for each other. You will also be able to remember the happy and sad times you have shared and how you were able to get through them. Apart from that, you should also figure out why you fell in love with your partner. Actually, this will give you confirmation if you still have to hold on and try once again. Did you fell in love with him, her, because of his, her positive attributes, which you think you can never find in anyone anymore? Did he, she stand up for you at all costs even though his, her life or reputation would be at stake? Did you fall in love with him, her because he, she made you a better person and made you realize that you are special? Did he, she made you feel happier? Upon figuring out the answers to these questions, your heart will tell you what the next course of action is to take. However, don't forget to use your mind, because it will reprimand your heart the moment it goes out of control. Chapter 8. Understand you can only change yourself. Synopsis. Did you know that the relationship itself is not the problem, but the people who are in the relationship? This is the reason why you have to figure out what's wrong in you and change it. This way, you will be able to save your relationship that is on the verge of falling down. Changing yourself. Changing yourself is a self-help process. Thus it is something which others can't do for you. It is more of a choice, decision and hard work. However, this is not something that you can do overnight. It requires time, patience and temperance. To achieve this, you need to come to terms with yourself and admit your mistakes. To put it simply, you need to forget about your pride by sending it to hell. Changing yourself is such a difficult process, as you have to think 100 times before you make any moves. Thus, you will feel like you are confined in a cage because you are afraid that you might do the same mistakes again. Mind you, this should not be the case. Just like other processes, changing yourself is something that must be done one step at a time. Don't force yourself, because it could lead to self-destruction. In your attempt to change yourself, you can also ask for help from the people who love you, such as your friends, family or partner. Though they can't change you, they can help you. Love moves in mysterious ways, as they say. Also, don't forget to pray, because it is the best tool that will help you dramatically transform your entire being. In addition, don't forget that the only one who can heal your heart is the one who made it. Chapter 9. Learn how to be considerate. Synopsis. Nobody's perfect and all people make mistakes. Don't forget that human beings are sinners by nature. In a relationship, you are not always right and your partner is not always wrong. Both of you are responsible in one way or another if any problem or conflict arises. So, why be considerate of each other? This is a sign of being humble. What it means to be considerate. If you don't want your relationship to break into pieces or to turn into ashes sooner or later, you need to be understanding through being considerate. But what does it really mean to be considerate? Does this relate to being a martyr? For your information, being considerate means accepting excuses and learning to say, "It's okay," especially when your partner has made an unintentional mistake. On the other hand, being a martyr means allowing your partner to abuse you by intentionally doing mistakes over and over again. Is it clear now? Why do you have to be considerate? Now, the million-dollar question is, why do you have to be considerate? The answer to this question is simple: to save your relationship. In order to ensure that it will stand the test of time, a relationship needs two people working hard together. By being considerate, you are not giving your partner a chance to commit a mistake again, but giving your relationship a second chance. What is great about being considerate is that you will be able to earn the level of consideration you have given to your partner in due time, the moment you need it. As before mentioned, human beings are sinners by nature. Therefore, somewhere in time, you will surely make a mistake. But wait, what if your partner cheated on you? Do you still have to be considerate? Well, this depends on the situation. Of course, you have to give him, her a chance to explain. After that, the rest will be history. It's only you who can decide for yourself because you are the one in the relationship. Just make sure that any choice you make will not make you regret or haunt you for the rest of your life. Wrapping up. Seek professional help if needed. With the growing number of lovers breaking up and couples divorcing, your relationship is always at risk of these threats because people are sinners by nature and the world is imperfect. If you feel like your relationship is already impossible to fix because several things have already happened, don't give up so easily. What are relationship experts here for relationship experts? A person who is ill seeks a doctor's help for treatment. Now, if you have a broken heart, then you need to seek a relationship expert's assistance for healing. A relationship expert has long years of experience in counseling people with relationship problems. He, she, also has degree in psychology, as counseling people calls for absolute understanding about the behavioral and thinking patterns. Apart from that, a relationship expert must also have the skill to listen and have a big heart to serve. Through these qualities and qualifications, he, she can have a chance to render the best relationship counseling service to clients and help keep them on track. Many people seeking the help of a relationship expert consider them as magicians who can make all things right in just one session. No, it is not like that. In the end, you and your partner will still be the ones to decide to save your relationship or not. What a relationship expert does is to guide you both on how to make the right choices and how to deal with your problems. He, she will make you realize that the real problem is not the problem itself but your attitude towards it. A relationship expert also offers pieces of advice and tips concerning your relationship problems. The moment you seek help from one, you need to do all the talking and he, she will do all the listening. You should treat him, her as your friend, so that he, she can devise the right approach on how to help you solve your problems. Choose the right relationship expert to ensure that you are not wasting your money and time with a lousy relationship expert. It is important to know how to find the right one. You can ask referral from your relatives, friends or neighbors who have already tried consulting a relationship expert. You can also conduct online research to find the best experts in your local area in just a few clicks. When you have found the right one to consult and to depend on when it comes to your relationship problems, you will have a breath of fresh air.
As you subscribe, you'll receive a new notification every time a new video is uploaded.